book of Exodus. According to both the Hebrew and the Christian tradition, Moses is the author of Exodus, and this is taught by Jesus Christ in Mark 1:44, and his apostles in John 1:45, and the book of Exodus itself 17:14. The title of the second book of the Old Testament, Exodus, refers to Israel being led out of bondage in Egypt. But that is really only the first half of the book of Exodus. The latter portion, Exodus 19 to 40, deals with giving of the law, legislation, and the design and building of the Lord's residence among his people. That is God's new temple and temple worship. God's residence at this point is actually not a building at all, but in fact a tent, which biblical scholars equate with a living space in the wilderness. Exodus 24 to 27, 35 to 40. Of the 12 tribes of Israel, the house of Levi was the priest tribe, of which Moses and Aaron were members. Aaron and his sons were consecrated to God in Exodus 29, and they would be those who would have responsibility for the building of the tabernacle and housing it in its tent during the 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. Specifically, within the Levi tribe, the sons of Aaron were further set aside to be the liturgical priests and perform priestly functions. The Levites taught the people about the Hebrew faith and therefore lived within the other 11 tribes. As we learned in Genesis, the tribe of Levi did not inherit property from their father Jacob, later called Israel by God, as the other sons of Israel did. Their sole responsibility was to live within the other tribes and teach the faith, Joshua 13:33, care for the temple, and in the case of Aaron and his sons, perform priestly functions. Exodus 29 and Leviticus 8 speak of this priesthood. The Old Testament priesthood was one of progeny. To clarify, just Aaron was the first anointed priest within the tribe of Levi and was known as Christos, meaning the anointed one. His sons were then acknowledged by a sprinkling. Whenever the anointed priest died, his next eldest son became priest, and so forth. Throughout the book of Exodus and the other books of the Pentateuch, the Israelites repeatedly questioned and doubted Moses and Aaron and kept falling away from God because of hunger, thirst, and temptation. They were unfaithful to the Lord, even though the Lord continued to provide for them. This falling away from God is what mankind inherited at the fall of Adam and Eve in the book of Genesis. In Exodus 3:14, we learn what God's title is when Moses ascended the holy mountain and asked God what his name was so he could tell the people. God told Moses his title, and in Greek it is written On, and you see that in the margin to the right of the screen. In English, that translates to I am that I am, Exodus 3:14. Byzantine iconographers write the Greek letters on in Jesus' halo, and when the icon is written in English, the English used in the halo is I am. Although God was involved in the lives of his people in Genesis, it wasn't until the book of Exodus that God is realized as the God of an event leading toward the salvation of his people rather than a place. Biblical scholars believe that the ancient mindset was to link a deity to a place, so even the Lord came to be linked with the holy mountain, Horeb on Sinai, and later the holy mountain or hill of Zion, Jerusalem, in ancient writings. However, he is not the God of a place. He is the God of an event which is realized more clearly in Exodus, where the Lord refers to himself in an extended way. I am Yahweh, Jehovah, your God, who has brought you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. and I will bring you into the land which I swore to give to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. I will give it to you for a possession. I am Yahweh. Exodus 6:2-8.